Have you ever wondered why life unfolds the way it does? Is everything just random? Or could there be a deeper meaning behind every experience? These profound questions have intrigued humanity for centuries, and today we invite you on a transformative journey into the wisdom of Buddhism, an ancient yet timeless guide to understanding life's mysteries. Imagine life as a vast and intricate tapestry, with each thread representing a moment, an event, or a connection in your story. Or picture it as a puzzle, where every piece is essential to revealing the bigger picture. In this exploration, we'll delve into profound concepts like karma, the invisible force linking our actions to their consequences, and the interconnectedness that binds us to everything and everyone around us. This journey isn't just about learning, it's about experiencing. Each topic we discuss is infused with stories, insights from the Buddha, and examples that resonate with everyday life. Presented in an accessible and relatable way, these teachings offer clarity and solace, whether you seek answers to life's big questions or a sense of peace amid the chaos. So let's dive in. Together, we'll unravel the mysteries behind seemingly random events, explore the wisdom of karma, and find harmony in our connection with the world. 1. The illusion of randomness. Have you ever considered the possibility that what seems random in life is, in fact, deeply connected to a grander design? The Greek philosopher Socrates once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This wisdom invites us to pause, reflect, and look deeper at the seemingly chaotic or arbitrary events in our lives. From a Buddhist perspective, this reflection uncovers patterns, lessons, and meanings behind what initially appears as mere chance. Imagine encountering someone unexpectedly, a stranger who later becomes a lifelong friend or mentor. It may feel like a coincidence, but Buddhism teaches us that such moments are threads woven into the intricate tapestry of existence, guided by karma and the interconnection of all things. The Buddha once remarked, "There are no chains like those of delusion." Our perception of randomness often stems from a limited understanding or delusion of the larger forces at play. To illustrate, let's consider a story from Buddhist teachings. A farmer lost his only horse one day. His neighbors pitied him, exclaiming how unfortunate he was. The farmer, however, calmly replied, "Who knows what's good or bad?" A few days later, the horse returned with a group of wild horses, increasing the farmer's wealth. Again, his neighbors marveled at his good fortune, but the farmer gave the same measured reply. Later, the farmer's son broke his leg while taming one of the new horses. This time, the neighbors mourned the bad luck, but the farmer remained undisturbed. Finally, when the king declared war and conscripted all able-bodied young men, the farmer's son was spared due to his injury. What seemed random and good or bad at each step was part of a larger, interwoven sequence of events. This story reveals an essential truth. Life's events, whether joyful or painful, are part of a greater whole. What we perceive as randomness is often the product of unseen connections. The Buddha's teaching, "With our thoughts we make the world," reminds us that our perspective can shape how we interpret these events. If we approach life with mindfulness and openness, we begin to see patterns that give us clarity and purpose. Let's bring this closer to modern life. Consider how major scientific discoveries often seem to emerge from accidents. The discovery of penicillin, for example, occurred when Alexander Fleming noticed a mold killing bacteria in a petri dish. This random observation changed the course of medical history. In hindsight, it was not random at all. It was the result of curiosity, preparation, and an interconnected series of events leading to that moment. Similarly, in our personal lives, seemingly insignificant choices, a conversation, a missed bus, or a random book purchase, can dramatically alter our paths. The connections might not be immediately visible, but as time unfolds, the reasons behind these occurrences become clearer. As Steve Jobs once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards." This understanding challenges us to rethink how we view randomness. Instead of dismissing events as arbitrary, we can ask, what might this moment be teaching me? How does it fit into the larger picture of my journey? Adopting this mindset cultivates patience as we recognize that life is not a collection of isolated incidents, but a beautifully orchestrated dance. The practice of mindfulness is key to unveiling these connections. When we are fully present, we begin to notice the subtleties in our surroundings and experiences. A kind word, a chance meeting, or even a setback can be seen not as isolated occurrences, but as stepping stones. Mindfulness allows us to reflect on these moments, drawing lessons from them and aligning our actions with a greater sense of purpose. In the end, understanding the illusion of randomness gives us a profound gift: peace. Instead of resisting life's uncertainties, we can trust in the flow of existence, knowing that even the most unexpected turns are part of our story. As Lao Tzu wisely said, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. By embracing this truth, we can navigate life with grace, seeing the hidden threads that connect every moment and reveal the profound meaning behind it all. 2. The fabric of karma. Have you ever pondered how your actions ripple through time, shaping your future in ways you might not immediately realize? The ancient Indian sage Vyasa once wrote, "As you sow, so shall you reap." This timeless adage encapsulates the essence of karma, the law of cause and effect, that governs not only our individual lives but the interconnected web of existence. Karma, often misunderstood as a mystical force or mere retribution, is more akin to planting seeds in a garden. Each thought, word, and action we choose is like planting a seed. Over time, these seeds grow, bearing fruit that reflects the nature of the original action. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha taught, "What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind." This profound insight highlights how deeply our actions influence not just the present, but also our future. To understand this concept, consider the story of Angulimala, one of the most dramatic transformations in Buddhist lore. Angulimala was a feared bandit who wore a necklace of human fingers, earning infamy across the land. Yet, when he encountered the Buddha, his life changed forever. The Buddha's calm wisdom pierced through Angulimala's anger and pain, inspiring him to renounce violence and embrace a path of compassion and mindfulness. Through dedicated effort, Angulimala transformed his karma. Although he could not erase the consequences of his past actions, he planted new seeds of kindness, ultimately earning peace and redemption. This story reveals a powerful truth. Our past does not define us. No matter how deep our mistakes, we always have the opportunity to sow new seeds and reshape our future. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. By choosing positive, selfless actions, we create conditions for growth, harmony, and fulfillment, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Bringing this teaching closer to modern life, think of how kindness and effort often lead to unexpected rewards. A hardworking student might invest countless hours in study, facing numerous challenges along the way. Yet over time, their diligence yields success, not just in grades, but in the values of perseverance and self-discipline they carry into every aspect of life. Conversely, a person who sows seeds of deceit or neglect may enjoy short-term gains, but these choices often lead to long-term dissatisfaction, mistrust, and isolation. Karma teaches us responsibility. As the Buddha said, "You are your own master, you make your own future." This is not a call for fear or guilt, but an invitation to take charge of our lives with intention and awareness. When we realize that every action is a seed, we can mindfully choose to plant those that lead to compassion, wisdom, and love. Consider a tree bearing fruit. It does not grow overnight, nor does it thrive in poor soil. Similarly, karma requires time and care to manifest. By cultivating positive habits, kindness, honesty, generosity, we nurture the soil of our lives. This patient cultivation eventually brings a harvest of joy and fulfillment, benefiting not just ourselves, but everyone we touch. This understanding of karma also brings clarity and peace to difficult moments. When faced with hardships, we can reflect on the causes and conditions that led to them. While this does not mean we should blame ourselves for every challenge, it encourages us to learn and grow from our experiences. As Albert Schweitzer said, the purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others. This wisdom aligns with karma's essence, showing us how our actions contribute to the greater good. Ultimately, karma is not a punishment or reward system. It is a natural law of balance and interconnectedness. By embracing this truth, we empower ourselves to act with intention, compassion, and mindfulness, knowing that our choices shape the tapestry of our lives. As we sow seeds of kindness, patience, and understanding, we cultivate a world filled with harmony, proving that the harvest is always in our hands. Let us remember the wisdom of karma as we navigate life's challenges. Through thoughtful choices and mindful actions, we can transform not just our destinies, but also the world around us. As the Dalai Lama beautifully put it, our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. This is the fabric of karma, a lesson that urges us to tread gently, plant wisely, and grow with purpose. 3. The web of interconnectedness. Have you ever stopped to consider how deeply connected we all are? The renowned scientist Carl Sagan once said, "We are made of star stuff." This poetic statement reflects a profound truth. The elements that form our bodies were forged in the hearts of stars, reminding us of our cosmic connection to the universe. Buddhism takes this understanding further, teaching that every moment, every being, and every action is intricately linked, forming a vast web of interconnectedness. The Buddhist concept of pratityasamutpada, or dependent origination, emphasizes that nothing exists independently. The Buddha explained, "When this exists, that arises. When this ceases, that ceases." This insight reveals that all phenomena are interdependent, arising from a complex network of causes and conditions. This interconnectedness is not just philosophical, it's a practical lens through which we can view our lives and relationships. Consider the analogy of a spider's web. Each strand supports and strengthens the others. A vibration in one corner affects the entire structure. Similarly, our actions, thoughts, and decisions ripple out into the world, influencing people and events in ways we may not immediately see. A simple act of kindness, a smile to a stranger, a word of encouragement, can set off a chain reaction of positivity that extends far beyond the initial moment. History provides powerful examples of this interconnectedness. Take the story of the Indian Emperor Ashoka, who transformed from a ruthless conqueror to a compassionate ruler after embracing Buddhism. His decision to promote nonviolence and ethical governance influenced countless lives, inspiring the spread of Buddhism across Asia. Ashoka's personal transformation didn't just alter his own fate, it shaped the cultural and spiritual history of an entire region. His story illustrates how one individual's actions, rooted in awareness and compassion, can resonate through time and space. In our modern lives, this web of connection is just as evident. Think of the way technology links us across continents. A single post on social media can inspire millions, and a product made in one country affects livelihoods in another. The food we eat, the clothes we wear, even the air we breathe, all are the result of countless interconnected efforts and systems. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, "We inter-are." You cannot just be by yourself alone. You have to inter-be with every other thing. This understanding of interconnectedness invites us to act with greater mindfulness and empathy. When we recognize that our choices impact not only ourselves, but also the world around us, we become more thoughtful about how we live. The simple decision to reduce waste, for example, contributes to a healthier planet for future generations. Supporting local businesses strengthens our communities. Choosing kindness over anger fosters harmony in our relationships. The natural world provides a stunning metaphor for this principle. Consider a forest, where trees are connected by an underground network of roots and fungi. This network allows them to share nutrients and support one another. When one tree suffers, others send resources to help it recover. This ecological interdependence mirrors the Buddhist view of humanity. We thrive not in isolation, but through mutual support and collaboration. Yet interconnectedness is not limited to positive actions. It also reminds us to be cautious of harm. Negative actions, like anger, greed, or thoughtlessness, can spread just as quickly, causing pain and division. Recognizing this dual potential encourages us to approach life with care and responsibility. As the Dalai Lama wisely observed, just as ripples spread out when a single pebble is dropped into water, the actions of individuals can have far-reaching effects. Understanding interconnectedness also fosters resilience. When we feel overwhelmed by life's challenges, remembering that we are part of a larger whole can bring comfort. Our struggles are not isolated, they are shared by many. This awareness cultivates a sense of solidarity, reminding us that we are never truly alone. In the end, The web of interconnectedness is both a reminder and a call to action. It reminds us of our shared humanity and the profound ways we impact one another. It calls us to live with intention, compassion, and gratitude, knowing that every choice we make contributes to the larger tapestry of existence. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Let us weave our actions thoughtfully into this web, fostering harmony and understanding. By embracing interconnectedness, we honor not just our own lives, but the infinite connections that make life possible. For nature's rhythms and lessons, have you ever observed the changing seasons and felt a deep resonance with the ebb and flow of life? The poet Rainer Maria Rilke once wrote, "Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final." This eloquent statement captures the profound wisdom that nature imparts, a reminder of the impermanence and interconnectedness of all things, and the lessons we can glean by observing its rhythms. In Buddhism, nature is often viewed as a teacher, offering insights into the patterns of existence. The Buddha himself found enlightenment beneath a Bodhi tree, surrounded by the quiet wisdom of the natural world. He taught, "Be like a tree, giving shade even to those who cut its branches." This teaching encourages us to draw strength and inspiration from nature's cycles and to embody its generosity and resilience. Consider the seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Each holds a unique lesson. Spring bursts forth with renewal and potential, reminding us that growth often follows periods of dormancy. Summer radiates abundance, teaching us to cherish moments of fullness and vitality. Autumn's falling leaves symbolize release and letting go, while winter's stillness invites reflection and rest. Together, they form a cycle that mirrors the stages of our own lives. Take the story of the bamboo tree as an example. When a bamboo seed is planted, it shows little growth for the first several years. During this time, it is establishing a deep and robust root system underground. Then, almost suddenly, it can grow several feet in just weeks. This story teaches us patience and perseverance, the understanding that unseen progress often precedes visible results. Similarly, the river, a beloved metaphor in Buddhist teachings, offers invaluable lessons. As it flows through rocks, valleys, and plains, the river adapts to its environment, never resisting obstacles but finding a way around them. The Buddha once said, "In the confrontation between the stream and the rock, the stream always wins, not through strength, but through persistence." This imagery reminds us of the power of adaptability and persistence in overcoming life's challenges. The forest, too, holds profound wisdom. A thriving woodland is a community where trees share resources through underground networks, helping one another survive and flourish. This mutual support reflects the Buddhist principle of interdependence. We too thrive not in isolation, but in cooperation and connection with others. As Chief Seattle famously said, "Man did not weave the web of life. He is merely a strand in it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself." Nature's rhythms also teach us humility. Mountains, rivers, and oceans endure for millennia, while human lives are fleeting. This perspective can be grounding, reminding us of the impermanence of all things. As the Zen monk Shunryu Suzuki observed, "When we see the beauty of a flower, we should not forget that it will soon wither." By embracing impermanence, we learn to appreciate the present moment and let go of attachment to what cannot last. Moreover, animals in the wild demonstrate the strength of community and the importance of balance. A pack of wolves, for instance, works together for survival, each member playing a role. A mother bird, tending to her chicks, exhibits unwavering care and love. These behaviors remind us of our own capacity for compassion and the importance of nurturing our relationships. The interconnectedness of nature extends beyond beauty and harmony to practical lessons. The rising and setting sun, the tides, and the growth of plants all rely on balance and timing. When humans upset this balance, through deforestation, pollution, or overconsumption, the consequences ripple through ecosystems. The Buddha warned, "We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think." This wisdom applies to our actions as well, urging us to live in harmony with nature rather than exploiting it. Finally, nature teaches us resilience. After a forest fire, new growth emerges from the ashes. After a storm, the sky clears, revealing light and calm. These moments remind us that even in adversity, there is renewal. As nature regenerates, so can we. This resilience is echoed in the Lotus Sutra, which symbolizes the lotus flower growing from the mud, a metaphor for rising above suffering to achieve enlightenment. As we immerse ourselves in the lessons of nature, we gain a deeper understanding of life's cycles and our place within them. Nature invites us to be patient, to adapt, to cherish connections, and to find beauty in impermanence. By aligning ourselves with these rhythms, we can live with greater mindfulness and harmony, recognizing that we are not separate from nature, but deeply entwined with its vast, interconnected web. So, let us walk gently upon the earth, honoring its wisdom and embracing its lessons. As John Muir once said, "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks." Nature offers us a mirror, a reflection of life's resilience, beauty, and ever-changing flow. It is up to us to listen, learn, and live in harmony with its teachings. 5. The power of mindfulness. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the rush of daily life, wishing for a moment of calm amidst the chaos? Thich Nhat Hanh, a revered Buddhist monk, once said, "Mindfulness is the miracle by which we master and restore ourselves." This simple yet profound teaching reveals the transformative power of mindfulness, the ability to anchor ourselves in the present moment and see life with clarity and depth. Mindfulness, at its core, is the practice of being fully present. It is about observing our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with grace rather than reactivity. The Buddha encapsulated this wisdom in the Satipatthana Sutta. This is the direct path for the purification of beings, for the overcoming of sorrow and lamentation, for the disappearance of pain and grief, for the attainment of the true way, for the realization of nibbana, mindfulness. To understand mindfulness more deeply, let's consider the story of a novice monk. The monk asked his master how to achieve enlightenment. The master replied, "When eating, eat. When walking, walk. When sitting, sit. Above all, don't wobble." At first, the monk was puzzled by the simplicity of this advice, but he eventually realized its profound meaning. True enlightenment comes from being fully present in every moment, no matter how mundane. This principle resonates in our modern lives. How often do we eat without tasting, listen without hearing, or move without feeling? Our minds are frequently consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past, leaving little room for the present. Mindfulness helps us break this cycle. By grounding ourselves in the now, we gain the clarity to truly experience life and the ability to navigate its complexities with calm and focus. Scientific studies have highlighted the benefits of mindfulness, showing its ability to reduce stress, enhance emotional regulation, and improve overall well-being. A simple practice, such as mindful breathing, can help us reconnect with the present. As Thich Nhat Hanh taught, feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. Mindfulness also allows us to examine our thoughts and actions more deeply. Imagine sitting by a river, watching leaves float by. Each leaf represents a thought. Instead of clinging to or rejecting the leaves, you simply observe them as they pass. This practice helps us recognize patterns in our thinking, whether of fear, judgment, or distraction, and lets us respond rather than react. As the Buddha said, mind precedes all mental states. Mind is their chief. They are mind-made. When we master our thoughts, we gain mastery over our lives. The power of mindfulness extends beyond personal transformation to our relationships with others. When we listen mindfully, we offer our full presence, fostering deeper connections and understanding. This practice cultivates compassion and empathy, essential qualities for building harmonious relationships. As Rumi wrote, "When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy." Mindful interactions flow naturally from this inner stillness and clarity. Even in the most mundane activities, mindfulness can reveal profound beauty and meaning. Consider a mindful walk in nature. With each step, you feel the earth beneath your feet, hear the rustle of leaves, and sense the rhythm of your breath. Such moments remind us of the interconnectedness of all things and the simple joys often overlooked in the rush of daily life. Mindfulness is not just a practice, it is a way of being. It teaches us to approach life with curiosity, openness, and acceptance, even in the face of difficulties. When we are present, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth. As John Kabat-Zinn wisely stated, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. In the grand tapestry of existence, mindfulness is a thread that brings clarity, peace, and purpose. It helps us navigate the chaos of life with steadiness and grace. By embracing mindfulness, we learn to cherish each moment, knowing it is both fleeting and precious. This is the gift of mindfulness, a pathway to inner stillness, profound insight, and genuine connection with ourselves and the world around us. So let us take a moment to pause, breathe, and be fully present. As the Zen saying goes, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. In these simple acts, we discover the power of mindfulness and the depth of life's beauty, waiting to be embraced. 6. Transforming suffering into wisdom. Suffering is an inevitable part of life, but have you ever considered that it might hold the key to profound growth and understanding? The Buddha taught, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. This insight points to a fundamental truth. While we cannot avoid the challenges of life, we can choose how we respond to them, turning even the darkest moments into sources of light and wisdom. Buddhism views suffering not as a curse, but as a teacher. The Four Noble Truths, one of the Buddha's most essential teachings, begin with the acknowledgement of suffering, dukkha, as an intrinsic part of existence. Birth, aging, illness, loss. These experiences touch everyone. But suffering, the Buddha explained, arises not just from pain itself, but from our attachment to things that are impermanent and beyond our control. In his words, attachment is the root of suffering. To illustrate, consider the story of Siddhartha Gautama before he became the Buddha. Born into luxury, Siddhartha was shielded from the realities of sickness, aging, and death. However, when he encountered these forms of suffering during his travels, they ignited a deep existential inquiry. Rather than turning away, he chose to confront suffering directly, ultimately attaining enlightenment and offering humanity a path to liberation. This story holds a powerful lesson for us. Suffering can be a gateway to transformation. Much like a lotus flower, which blooms beautifully despite growing from muddy waters, our pain can lead to growth and insight if we approach it with courage and mindfulness. As the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh said, no mud, no lotus. In our daily lives, suffering often manifests as heartbreak, failure, or disappointment. These moments, though painful, hold the potential for profound growth. For instance, a person facing rejection in their career may initially feel devastated, yet, upon reflection, they may uncover new paths that align better with their passions and values. This is the transformative power of suffering. It pushes us to examine our lives and uncover deeper truths about ourselves and the world. The Eightfold Path, which forms the cornerstone of Buddhist practice, offers a practical framework for transforming suffering into wisdom. By cultivating right understanding, we learn to see suffering as part of life's ebb and flow, rather than something to resist or fear. Right intention helps us approach challenges with compassion and purpose, while right mindfulness grounds us in the present, allowing us to observe our pain without judgment. The Buddha reminded us, you will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. This teaching encourages us to release destructive emotions, which only amplify suffering. A real-life example of this transformation can be seen in the story of Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison under apartheid, Mandela emerged not with bitterness, but with wisdom and a vision of reconciliation. His suffering became the foundation for a greater purpose, teaching the world the power of forgiveness and perseverance. As he famously said, I never lose, I either win or learn. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in this process. When we experience suffering, our first instinct is often to avoid or suppress it. Yet mindfulness teaches us to sit with our pain, to observe it with curiosity and acceptance. Imagine sitting beside a fire. Instead of being consumed by its flames, you watch from a safe distance, learning from its warmth and intensity. This practice allows us to transform suffering into insight, freeing us from its grip. Another way to transform suffering is through compassion. When we recognize that pain is universal, we develop empathy for ourselves and others. The Dalai Lama once said, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. By extending kindness toward ourselves in times of struggle, we create space for healing and understanding. Suffering also teaches impermanence. the truth that all things, both joy and pain, are fleeting. This realization helps us let go of attachments and embrace life's transitory nature. As Rumi beautifully expressed, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you, and do not worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? Ultimately, suffering is not an endpoint, but a stepping stone. It invites us to reflect, to grow, and to connect with the deeper currents of life. By embracing suffering with mindfulness, compassion, and acceptance, we transform it into a source of strength and wisdom. As Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and renowned psychologist, wrote, "In some way, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning." Let us carry this perspective forward in our lives. When we encounter pain, let us face it with courage and curiosity, asking, "What is this teaching me?" By doing so, we uncover the profound gift hidden within suffering, the ability to grow, to deepen our understanding, and to live with greater purpose and compassion. Life is a vast, intricate tapestry, woven together by threads of experience, action, and connection. As we've explored the profound teachings of Buddhism, a clear picture emerges. Every challenge, every joy, every moment carries its own significance, inviting us to delve deeper into the wisdom of existence. From understanding that randomness is often an illusion to embracing the law of karma as the seeds we sow, each concept teaches us to live with intention and awareness. The web of interconnectedness reminds us that no action is isolated, that we are all part of a greater whole, where even the smallest kindness can ripple outward. Nature's rhythms ground us, showing us the beauty in change, resilience in adversity, and harmony in diversity. Through mindfulness, we gain the clarity to be present in each moment, and through suffering, we find the fertile ground for growth and transformation. These teachings are not abstract ideas, but practical guides to living a life of meaning, purpose, and compassion. As the Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." This invitation to be present, to live mindfully, and to approach life with an open heart is the essence of what we've uncovered. Imagine life as a dance. Each step, whether graceful or faltering, contributes to the beauty of the whole. By aligning ourselves with the principles of mindfulness, interconnectedness, and compassion, we can navigate life's complexities with wisdom and grace. As Thich Nhat Hanh wisely said, "There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way." So let us take these lessons forward, weaving them into the fabric of our daily lives. Let us be mindful in our actions, thoughtful in our choices, and compassionate in our relationships. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but contribute to a world of greater harmony and understanding. Thank you for journeying with us through these reflections. If these insights have resonated with you, share them with others, and together, let us continue exploring the timeless wisdom that lights the path to a meaningful life. As we step forward, remember, every thread you weave in this tapestry of existence matters, and the picture it creates is uniquely yours.